Okay, so last time in our video, we did factorization of algebraic expression, and we were able to factorize simple algebraic expression, also factorize a larger algebraic expression. Now, what we are going to do today is going to be different from what we did in the last video. Why? Because in the last video, you will notice that all the expressions are always grouped into two places, okay? Or at the end of the day, we'll be able to have it into two places, bring out what is common between the two, and solve. But when we say factorization by grouping, we are looking at algebraic expressions that are into four parts, okay? For example, you can have 2x squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 5. So you can see that this problem is into four parts, which is this one, this one, this one, and this one. So for us to be able to solve or factorize a problem of this nature, we need to group them into two. So we need to group two together, then we'll now group the other two together. Okay, when we achieve that, we can now be able to factor out what is common in the two groups. Then we now have a common bracket. Most times that's what we normally have. Okay, so we are going to solve a problem of that nature. So let's start. Example. So number one, or let's have it as factorize the following. So our number one example, if we have, okay, let's solve the one above, 2x squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 5. So we need to group this into two, okay? So we can group this and this together. So that will give us 2x squared plus 2s. We'll put it in brackets. When you group, you put in brackets. Then minus, bringing out minus, I told you in the last video, when you bring out minus, the sign of this one will change. So bring out minus outside, you have 5s plus 5. So it only changes when there is minus, when you are bringing out minus here. So that will give you, what is common here? 2s is common. So if you have 2s that is common, 2s squared divided by 2s, that will give you s remaining. 2s divided by 2s will give you 1. Of course, there's plus there. Minus 5 is common here. So when you bring out 5 outside, 5s divided by 5, that will give you x. You have plus 5 divided by 5, that will give you 1. Okay, so you can see that we have grouped that our expression into two parts, which is 2s into s plus 1 and minus 5 into s plus 1. So with that now, we can be able to bring out what is common. So what is common here is actually the bracket, which is s plus 1. So you open another bracket to put whatever that is remaining. So when you divide the whole of this by s plus 1, you have 2s remaining. When you divide the whole of this with s plus 1, you have minus 5 remaining. So we are done with that. Okay, we are done with that. Let us look at number 2. So let's divide our board here. Oh, this is better now. Okay, so let's have the second one. The second one, if we have 2ab minus a minus 2A, 2B, let's take it as 2BS, 2BS, okay, then plus X, okay. So we need to group also, so we have to group these two, then we have to also group these two. So when you group, you have 2AB minus A. Minus is outside, so what happened here will equally happen here, okay? So when you have minus outside, the sign will do what? Will change. So what is common here? You have that A is common, so you bring that A outside. You now have 2B minus 1. So if you do the same thing that we did here, that's what you are going to get. So here, S is common, so you bring it out. S into 2BS divided by S will give you 2BS divided by S will give you minus 1. Okay? So you can see that 2B minus 1, 2B minus 1 is common. So our bracket is common. You have our bracket, then open a bracket and put the remaining things. So when you divide this whole of this here by this, you have A minus, do the same thing here, you have X. Okay, my handwriting, let me write this so that it will look nice. So we have A minus S. Okay, so that's the factorized form of this. Okay, so let's move to next page and look at some of the problems that look a little bit more difficult. Okay, a little bit more difficult, though they are not actually difficult, but a little bit more complex than the one we have solved. Okay, so have let's have 16 UV minus 12VT plus 20 MU minus 15 UMT. So let's erase that. 15 MT. Okay, so that's our example number 3. So the way we have been solving is the same way we are going to still solve. You group these two together and group these two together. Okay, so when you do that here, you have 16 UV minus 12VT plus, open bracket, group these two together. You can see because I have plus, the sign at the middle of that bracket there remain the same. So because I have this plus, this is minus and it will remain what? Minus. So what do we have common here? 4 can divide this, 4 can divide this. So 4 is outside here. V is here, V is here. So V can divide both expressions. So V is outside here. So 16UV divided by 4V. V will cancel V here. 4 will divide by 16 to 4 divide 16. That will give us 4. So we have 4U minus, do the same thing here. 12 by 4 give us 3. Then V will cancel V, then I have T remaining. Plus, do the same thing here. 5 can go in 20 and 15, so you have 5 outside. Oh, it's not just 5 that is common, so I need to clean that. So you have 5 there. So, and M is here, M is here. So we have M on the both side of those expressions. I think that's all. So you open your bracket. 20 divided by 5 will give you 4. M will go with M. Then we have U left. Minus 15 divided by 5 will give you 3. M will go with M. Then we have T left. So if you look at the expression now, 4U minus 3T is common. So you bring it out in the next stage. So 4U minus 3T. So you open a bracket and put the remaining thing. So that is 4V plus 5M. Okay, so let's have number 4. Let's have number 4. Okay, so we have 4a cubed y minus 4a squared bx plus 2ay squared minus 2bxy. So the same thing that we have been doing, you group them and factorize, okay? So you group them and factorize. So you have 4a cubed y minus 4a squared bs plus 2a 2ay square minus 2bsy. Okay. All right. So what we have common? 4 is common. A is common. Okay. So we bring out 4a. So when 4a cubed y divide by 4a, 4 will go with 4. A cubed divided by a will give me a square. Then I have my y remaining there. Minus 4 will go by 4. A squared divided by a will give me a b s. Okay. So do the same thing here. Plus, what is common here? What is common here is 2 and y. So you have 2y. You open your bracket. So what is now left here is a y, okay, minus, when you do that here, you have b s remaining, okay. I think there's a little error in that question. So let's trace it and find out where. 4a cubed y minus 4a square bs plus 4ay square minus 2bsy. Okay, so in a situation like this, you can see that they are not common. Oh, I can see that now. So you can see that there is still a square here and there is a here. So a is common here. So we can, let's erase that and write it. Oh, we don't need to. So let's just get that out. So we have a square now into ay minus bx, okay? Because a is common inside this bracket, plus 2y into ay, oh, that's minus, okay, minus bs. So you can see that ay minus bs is common, so you bring it out, okay, ay minus bs, open bracket and write the remaining things, 4a squared plus 2y. So we are done with that question. So you can see that the error that we had initially. So if you have a bracket and you notice that the brackets are not exactly the same, you go back and check your work, okay? You go back and check your work. That happened to us now. which we did, and we'll be able to correct it and get our correct answer. Okay? Okay, so our next example involves fraction. So you can see that factorization does not mind having a fraction. So we have fraction here. So the same way we have been doing it, that's the same way we are going to do it. Okay, so that will give us, you group AB over 15 plus S squared over 8, okay, plus you group the other one, xb over 12 plus as over 10. Okay, so with that now, we ask ourselves what is common here. So 15 and 8. Do we have anything that is common? No. And AB and S square. Do we have anything that is common? No. So when there is nothing common here, that means we can rearrange this whole thing before solving. So we are going to cancel out this one, okay, and rearrange this before we can be able to solve. So let's rearrange. All we need to just do is just get one of these and put it here. Take this one back, okay. So that will give us, so this one will give us our desired answer. So we rearrange that to AB over 15 plus XB over 12 plus x squared over 8 plus as over 10. So you can see that sometimes when you just group immediately, you might not be able to have anything that is common. So which will take you back to your work. You have to rearrange it. Just bring bring the third term as the second term, or bring the fourth term as the second term. That just solves that issue. So with what we have now, you open your bracket, AB over 15 plus XB over 12 into S squared over 8 plus AS over 10. Okay, so with this now, we have things that are common. So let's do that. That will give us B is common. So you bring B over, at the denominator, 3 is common. So you bring your 3 out. You open your bracket. When you do that, the up part will have only A left over. The down part will have 5 left. Plus, this up part will have X left over. The down part will have 4 left. Plus, do the same thing here. X is common at the numerator, and at the denominator, 2 is common. So you do the same thing. You are going to have x over 4 plus a over 5. Okay, so with that now, you can see that this, we have a over 5 plus s over 4, s over 4 plus a over 5. They're actually the same because addition is what? Addition is commutative. Okay, so you can actually interchange as long as it's addition that is the operation that they have. So what they have in common is a over 5 plus s over 4. So this is common. Then you open bracket and write the remaining things that is left here, and also the remaining things that we have here. Okay, so that comes to end of our class on factorization by grouping. Okay, see you in our next video, and subscribe and share our video to your friends and family. Thank you very much.